welcome back to my channel. I just thought that I'd do a video today, just an update from my last video, which was a baby haul. It was a baby haul, and I also did what's in my hospital bag. So a couple days after I did the last video, my water broke, like 2 days after, and my son was supposed to be born on Halloween, which is in 2 days, but he was born on the 13th. So he was 37 weeks when my water broke, and I actually have a video of that too. I have to get all my videos together that are on my digital camera because they're kind of hard to upload. He's here napping all day because he's up all night. But I thought I'd do an update on that. So he was born 37 weeks, and I was dilating, and everything was going good. And I got prepared for natural, delivery, and it did not go that way. And I wasn't mad about that, and I wasn't stressed out about that. But I was like, I'm gonna be fine, everything's gonna come out fine, and everything was fine. But I had to do emergency C-section after I was in labor for 15 hours or more than that. I have some videos of that too. It was really interesting. I got an epidural, and also, the C-section. I mean, it was just, I was so I think the epidural, after you get an epidural, you feel drugged. I know I was talking and I was responsive and alert, but I don't remember that much about it. I look at the videos and I remember, and then I start remembering again, because the epidural is really strong, and it does make you numb from your waist down. I couldn't move my legs every time I was trying to, and I couldn't. And I wasn't gonna get an epidural, but I was 2 centimeters dilated, and my contractions were 2 minutes apart, then they were 1.5 minutes apart, and then they were just continuing. So it was really hard, and I was like, I didn't think it was gonna be, but I was not a trooper, I guess. I mean, I needed an epidural. And then I got the epidural, and I was actually able to relax, and I still felt some contractions through the epidural. But I was like, all right, I'm just gonna take it. First, I tried some Tylenol before that. They didn't give me Pitocin. They didn't try to, because I was dilating. I was up to 8 centimeters dilated, and then the baby's brain activity really just flatlined. They had to hook up something. He wasn't crowning. They actually went inside after I had an epidural. They went and they put a monitor. They stick a monitor on the top of the baby's head through you, and it monitors their brain waves, their brain activity. And they did that to my baby, and his activity just wasn't the same. He was pushing, and he was trying to make his way down. And like I said, he didn't end up crowning, but he had a cone head. And the girl said, she's like, "Oh, your baby has a cone head." And then my boyfriend's face was like, "What?" And I was like, "That's normal." And he was like, "What?" I was so drugged up from the epidural at that point. I was alert, like I said, but it just makes you so drowsy. And so then they just said, okay, well, he's not active, he's tired, he's been trying to make his way out. You're 8 centimeters dilated, but we're gonna have to do C-section because he's not gonna get out. You need to get C-section right now. You need to get him out. So my doctor, my OB-GYN, just got out of another C-section. She was a little bit late for mine, but everybody was ready. And then they're like, we're gonna give you more drugs. And I'm like, oh my God, more? During my C-section, I was sleeping. I was sleeping the whole time. I was literally sleeping, and my arms kept falling off the arm boards. And then they had to put a little bit of oxygen here, they didn't put it inside my nose, but it just gives you more oxygen, because I was so sleepy that I just kept falling asleep during the C-section. They kept telling me, breathe, breathe deep, And I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I keep falling asleep. And then he's like, I don't know why you're so sleepy. I guess the epidural is not supposed to make you sleepy, but I think I had such high anxiety, or had been through so much in those hours, that it's your body goes into I'm not sure how to explain it. I just slept. I was like, I don't even want to know. I didn't really want a C-section. I was like, I don't even want to, I see videos of C-section, you see the women, they're up and awake. I was sleeping. literally. So yeah, he was 8.8 pounds and 20 and a half inches long, and he was in the NICU for 3 days. They almost didn't let me see him when he was born. They took him immediately. I saw him 20 minutes out. He was there in the little bed, but they were trying to get him. He was grunting. He was having a hard time breathing. Since he wasn't born out of, like vaginally, he didn't squeeze out all the fluids that he needed to. So the C-section is really fast. Like, they just cut you and like 10 minutes later the baby's out. And then they took him right away and said he's grunting, like he can't breathe right. I heard them saying that, and I saw him. He was like purple and pasty. I saw him in the bed. I saw his little legs, so cute. And I was like, I just wanted him to be okay. Okay, so my brother called me, so I had to cut off the video. So yeah, make the long story short, the C-section I was there for like an hour and 20 minutes. The C-section itself, the recovery wasn't bad. The recovery is probably like 3 days. Well, for me it was. As far as, you have to have somebody to help you up those few days. The hardest part is being in the hospital and having a C-section, and they have to, the NICU nurses would call me every hour, or whenever he was hungry, every 2 hours, and tell me, hey, we know you just left, but your baby's screaming and crying again. He's hungry. The first day of my C-section, I was like, I had to recover, so I couldn't get up. So I was like, how are they feeding the baby? Actually, I was so out of it from the epidural meds that I didn't even realize. Like, I woke up and I'm like, where's the baby? My boyfriend had been, and my father, they had been visiting the baby and like seeing him, but he was starving. By the time I got up, I was able to go there. So they woke me up, I mean, every hour and a half or every 2 hours, sometimes every hour. They woke me up and I'd say, the baby's hungry, the baby's hungry. And it does hurt a little bit, but I was so desperate to feed the baby. Like, I felt so bad and I just wanted to be with him, that I was doing everything. I was pumping in the hospital. I didn't have to bring a pump. They had a pump there, and they gave me so much stuff to pump. Oh my God. I have a bunch of stuff upstairs. I don't even need it. They gave me formulas to take home, ready to feed, but I'm breastfeeding him. It was so demanding in the hospital to have a C-section, and then they call you all the time to feed your baby. Like I said, I would get up and to see him in that little thing, my God. And then he had jaundice, so they had to put that UV light. He was all naked in there and exposed. He had a diaper. What's up? What's up? He just ate. He probably has to poop. So yeah, that's about that. And in the hospital bag, I just want to let you guys know, out of everything, I did use everything except for, I used the nipple shields because I have flat nipples. He wasn't latching. I'm breastfeeding and then putting it in I'm breast pumping and feeding him through a bottle because he can't latch onto my nipples. He gets really frustrated and he's really hungry. So I used everything in my hospital bag except for the Fredette, what is it called? The one for the, when you give birth naturally and then you can cleanse yourself down there with that little bottle, the Peri bottle. I've never used the Peri bottle once because I had C-section. So I bought it, I prepared it, I bought the spray, the herbal, spray for down there. I did all the stuff, witch hazel, and I never used any of it. Nope. You're laughing, ha ha ha. That's the only thing. I used my fan. I'm gonna post a video on my hospital bed. I had my fan clipped. I used that fan. That fan, I used it. My nipple shields, I used those. My inflatable breast breast friend, my breast friend, the nursing pillow. I use the nursing pillow. The socks, the robe, the nursing. I only used one nursing bra the whole time I was there because I brought nursing pads, disposable. By the way, the Lantino disposable ones are the best. I was leaking on the floor all over the third day, like one of my last days in the hospital. I was leaking everywhere, and those held. So the Lantino disposable ones, I recommend those. Stop. I'm gonna post a different video about postpartum depression, or no, baby blues. That's the one, because I definitely experienced that, and it was horrible. Up until a couple nights ago. I'm like praying and it doesn't come back, but I'm gonna post a different video about that. Anyway, so I just wanted to give you guys an update about the birth of the baby, and I'm gonna post more videos about the baby blues because I went through it and I never experienced anything like that in my whole life. And also about what else? Probably something about what the baby needs. I'm gonna show you guys. I had the room set up and like everything that I use, and I'm gonna show you guys. You know, I bought him a bunch of clothes. I only use like 5 outfits on him out of all the clothes. I thought he was gonna be a big boy, so I bought like 3 months and older, but he still fits into newborn, and he was 8.8 pounds, but he lost 10% of his body weight in the first 3 days. It was really bad. Apparently that's normal. He still wears newborn outfits. He is growing though. Right now he's wearing a 3-month, but those are a little baggy on him. You never know what size your baby's gonna be when he's born. So I'm gonna just post a video about things that I use daily for him. Newborns don't need much. And some other stuff. Thanks for watching.